I'm Justin, and I'm a rising sophomore at Cupertino High School. And this is my starter project, Minty Boost. Minty Boost is a charger for your mobile device. And to demonstrate how it works, there's the phone, and you just have to connect the USB jack. And it starts charging. So first of all, to make this work, the batteries actually uses 3 voltage output, but the USB uses a 5 voltage output. So there has to be a conversion. To do the conversion, there are 3 components being used, and it's the power inductor, the boost converter, and the IC socket. So first of all, the power inductor is basically a coil of wires, and whenever electrons go through, it will create a magnetic field to store all the energy inside. And then the boost converter chip, it has 2 modes. It's boost mode and current mode. So they're quite complicated, but basically what it does is it switches around both modes. It switches around modes, and then when it works together with the power inductor, it will generate the 5 voltage power from the 3 voltage that it's taking in. And then finally, the IC socket. IC stands for integrated circuit, and here is referencing to the boost converter chip. And what it does is it protects the chip, and it makes it easier for the people to swap the chips. And there are also other small components. First, there are 5 resistors. What resistors does is it resists the amount of electrons that can move through at a time. So with the resistors, it slows down the circuit, the speed of the electrons passing through. So not all electrons will just pass through at a time, and it won't work. There are also 4 capacitors, and there are 2 types, 2 of each. The first 2 are the ceramic capacitors. Even though they're the same, but they serve 2 different functions in the circuit. The first one is smoothes out the output. Basically, it stores the energies that are going through to the output, and then it filters out the high frequency. So it makes sure the power that it's passing to the whatever thing that you're trying to charge is smooth. The frequency is constant. And the other ceramic capacitors smoothes out its internal reference to the boost converter, so that this way that the energy that's generated by the converter is smooth and the frequency is constant. And the other 2 capacitors are electrolytic capacitors, and they're bigger because they smooth out both the output and the input. They make sure that during the op conversion, the energies that are being converted has the constant frequency, and it filters out whatever frequencies are too high. And also there's the diode. What diode does is that it limits the electrons to only move through one direction, because the output is also a positive, so you don't want the energies to pass through from the output back in. So diode is polar. It only allows electrons to move from one side to the other. And finally, there's the USB jack. It's a female USB jack, and it allows the male USB jack to connect. so that the output can give the energy. And that's basically how Minty Boost works.